How can you support the local Lancaster community?
That's what this show is all about.
All right. Well, here we are, episode 2. It feels like it took forever to get from 1 to 2.
It's only one number away.
Right, I know, but boy, that divide is pretty wide, like the Grand Canyon. We've got a great show planned. We've got what I would say is our true, and I'm positive that our local hero guest would probably not like that word hero, but I truly feel that's who they are as a family in our community helping out. So we've got a wonderful guest there with the Wagner family, as we'll call them, because there's a lot going on there that our community needs to know about. We've got a couple of really great business guests.
Gary Griffith from Painting with a Twist in Lancaster. Really, really cool business. Kind of I think a newer thing. I've not done it, but I'm looking forward to doing it at some point. And also Kendra Campbell from Natural Awakenings publication.
Yep, who is letting the Lancaster community know there's a healthy way to live, a more holistic way to live, and a more natural way to live. So we've got some great guests, and this is episode 2.
Who are you?
Yeah, right. Who am I? It's been 3 weeks since I've been in the building. I came down with a pretty severe bacterial infection that knocked me sideways, to say the least.
I was concerned.
Yeah, I'm concerned too. You know, you can let the neck tilt a little bit. He's struggling with his earpiece.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be more
just
mobile.
Here, loosen up a little bit. You know.
Here we are.
There we go. But hey, I am Jeff Giagnocavo, co-owner of Gardener's Mattress and More.
Ben McClure, and I guess I would be the same title.
Same title. We're coming to you live from the Dream Room, which is our try before you buy mattress testing room. Also our studio for Lancaster Connects. But we won't ever do a podcast when you're trying out a mattress in here. That's for sure. That would be just a little too weird. So anyway, let's jump into formally announcing our guests. So I want to welcome first Marsha Wagner. She is a member of the Wagner family, representative of Little Hands, which is a charity endeavor that they've put together. Marsha, hello, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to have you here with us. We'll get into more of what you all do as a group, as a family, how you give back here in a little bit. Just want to kind of bring through everybody else. Gary, thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Very happy to have you join us.
I talked to Gary this morning.
Talked to him this morning. Yeah. See the neck. Just work on the neck thing. It's okay. You're kind of like it's like
I'm lurching.
Yeah, it's kind of like horror flick.
All right.
And I don't like horror flicks.
All right. Here we go.
So Gary got to talk to this character this morning. Gary, this is the first time we've been meeting through a screen, even though we're part of a referral group. So happy to have you here with us.
Thank you.
We'll be digging in. Yeah. It's a very neat business that you do to kind of get people entertained and get their mojo and entertainment bug. Get that itch scratched a little differently. So we'll be talking more about what you do here in a minute. And then Kendra Campbell. Kendra, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
We've known Kendra a long
Pleasure.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
So Kendra is one of our advertising partners, but again, I felt really important to have on the show because of her connection. Now I'm moving off the screen. It's like I literally floated.
You're talking about me.
There we go. And Kendra, we've known you for a number of years, and I think the integral part you play in the community to kind of share and showcase what a natural, holistic, healthy lifestyle can be like right here in Lancaster. You don't have to go to New York City or your typical bigger urban centers to get that. It's right here in our backyard. So,
Hmm.
so welcome to the show. We're going to get
Thank
kicked
you.
off here momentarily. So real quick, you can catch this podcast at a number of different places. Obviously here on our own social media channels, our own Facebook, our own YouTube, but it's bigger than that. All the major podcast listings where you might catch a podcast, you can search for Lancaster Connects and it'll come up. We're listed there. Soon to be on Amazon Prime TV, and of course, LancasterConnects.com. That website, LancasterConnects.com, hosts everything for the podcast. That's where you can also enter to win the gift cards that we give away. We'll give away 2 restaurant gift cards every week. I don't think people can see Ben.
Yeah, well, I'm just showing, where they can do it.
Ben's showing his
There's a form
fantastic,
there.
Digital capabilities there with his finger to scroll.
I'm like the Vanna White to your Pat Sajak.
There you go. Yeah. Anyway, so at any rate, LancasterConnects.com is kind of the hub where you can find everything on Lancaster Connects and what we're looking to do, and really bring forth a place for the community to connect, to introduce people that are doing great work in our community, great charities, and great businesses that help support the community that they do business in. So, so Ben, why don't you announce on Lancaster Connects, by the way, you can enter to win the gift cards right there on LancasterConnects.com, right on the homepage. So Ben, we've got some winners.
We have winners. $25 restaurant gift cards here, a number of gift cards, and you can select which one you like when you come in and pick up your gift card. Our 2 winners for last episode are Josh Belize and Dusty Perkins. So thank you for visiting LancasterConnects.com. Thank you for filling out the contest entry form. And you can pick up your restaurant gift cards at 830 Plaza Boulevard in Lancaster. We're on the road that goes around Park City Mall, kind of on the backside of the mall. Can't miss us. We're attached to Vanscoy, Maurer, and Bass Jewelers. So thank you, Josh. Thank you, Dusty. And everybody go to LancasterConnects.com, fill out the contest entry form, and who knows, maybe you'll be our next contest winner.
We might just draw your name and you win. And just as a little side note, those gift cards we bought back, and we still have a budget to exhaust, but we bought back those gift cards. That was a weird way to say it. We bought back those.
Yeah, we bought those gift cards back in.
I'm doing the Yoda speak. Bought those gift cards back in December, early January, when we had a round of closures, and we felt it was important to help local businesses that were affected. Very focused group of businesses were affected. Our customers responded. They helped to commit to the fund, if you will. And again, that's where we see our position here in the community, is to use our voice, use our ability to raise awareness in the Lancaster community, whether that's through advertising, whether that's through this show, our email list. We really truly believe supporting the community that supports us is paramount. So without too much further ado, guests, we're going to bring you through one by one. We'll start off with Marsha first. I want you to do a little brief introduction, maybe a minute or two, about who you are, what you do, and how you help the Lancaster community.
I am Marsha. We have adopted 11 children, me and my siblings. I had, back in 2006, a daughter that passed away. That was a Make-A-Wish child. So we tried to think of a way to raise money for Make-A-Wish. And my dad drives in the convoy. So we raised money all year long for Make-A-Wish. And then we give the money to the convoy on Mother's Day, and then he drives in the convoy, and we start earning for next year.
Yep, that's wonderful. I had the pleasure to meet your family at a Make-A-Wish event. I think the running joke there is it's not a Make-A-Wish Mother's Day event if it's not raining. Is that right?
At least when my dad's top driver. Every year that he's gotten the top truck, it's rained.
Yeah. So I bring that up that way because I was, we were kind of in the parking lot in the little complex there for the carnival, and I see this little guy. All of a sudden, he's a side of the trailer singing. And it was your, I guess would be your nephew. Is that right?
Yeah.
Bubba?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. So here's Bubba. He's singing his heart out in the pouring rain. And he just wanted to get the national anthem off to kind of kick off the convoy, because rain or shine, the convoy is going to roll on. And, I see him sing and I say, gee whiz, what a shame for this little guy. He wants to sing, got, main stage got shut down because of the rain. So I reach out to our Barnstormers contact and I say, I know you've got the spots filled, but we've got to find a way to get Bubba in front of a big crowd. And so that's what we did. And that's how I became kind of connected to your family, got to know what you guys do. And long story short, we got Bubba in front of a Barnstormers crowd of, I think, about 5,000-6,000 people. And he sang God Bless America and brought the house down.
Dude has some pipes.
He's got some pipes for sure. But it's interesting. You and your sister have adopted 11 children. That's incredible. Why don't you share a little bit more about that?
Biological children. I have adopted 5. Unfortunately, 2 of my daughters have passed away, so I have 3 surviving children. My other sister adopted 3, and then my other sister adopted 1. And then we have a great aunt that hasn't adopted any, but is a great aunt to all of them.
Okay. Yeah, and your Make-A-Wish efforts, we'll talk a little bit more about that in the show, but really astounding. To be top driver is raising, last that I knew, was about $35,000 is pretty much that spot. Is that right?
Been $20,604 to earn the top spot for this coming
Okay.
Since
and
2015, we turned in over 95,000.
That's
To
astounding.
start
95,000. That's incredible. And Marsha, you probably have a little better pulse on this than I do. You're directly involved with the charity Make-A-Wish. Well, I shouldn't say directly involved. You raise a lot of money. It's near and dear to you. $95,000. How many wishes does that represent? About.
I believe that they say the average wish is between $5,000 and $9,000, depending. Like right now, no one's able to go to Disney. They're not sending any travel type wishes, so those kids have to choose other things or whatever. But I believe their typical is between $5,000 and $9,000.
Yeah, that was a number that I was familiar with as well. So that's just astounding to be able to be in the realm of 15, 20 kids probably. Just kudos to you and your family. We kind of look at you as local heroes. I'm sure I've had the pleasure to meet your father and mother briefly. I'm sure that's a word that's not comfortable, but I'm here to tell you, boy, it's. If Lancaster had a bunch more of Wagners, Lancaster would be an even better place. So thank you. We really appreciate it. Marsha, hang on the line, okay? We'll have you talk more about why you like living here in Lancaster, what your family likes to do. We'll go to Gary Griffith. And Ben, I'm going to let you talk with Gary a little bit since you know Gary a little more intimately through our referral group than I.
Yeah.
So Gary, a few minutes, introduce yourself and Ben will guide you through.
Oh, we're not hearing Gary.
Can you hear me okay?
We got you, Gary. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Yes, well, thank you very much. Well, Painting with a Twist is a fun place to be. You know how every once in a while you're in the mood to have a fun time out with friends, but you're not sure what to do and you don't want to spend a fortune. So what we do is we throw fun parties every day. So you can have a great time with friends whenever you want without spending a fortune.
So how does it work if I wanted to come to Painting with a Twist? Do I bring a group of people? Can I come with my wife, for example? How does that work? How do we sign up? Um, how does that work?
Sure. Well, you just decide when you want to come, who you want to come with, and you can go to our calendar of events at paintingwithatwist.com, Lancaster, and see if there's something there that you like. And if not, you can just shoot us an email or call us, and we can maybe create a party around your group. You can come individually, or you can come with just a few friends.
I got you. So, if I came with my wife, I could potentially be there with other people. But if I had a group of 10 or 15 people, we could kind of rent the space, if you will. We could have our own private group party.
Yes, you got it. So you can come and join a public event if it's just you and a few folks. But if you want a private party, we can give you a whole room just to yourselves.
That's awesome. And what does it look like when we get there? What do we do? Is there food, beverages, perhaps? What does that? What does a session look like?
I think I see a
Right, so
beverage depicted over Gary's.
In the
this
logo?
is a
Yeah, thanks.
this is a bring your own beverage. You can bring your own
Okay.
snacks, and we'll get you all situated with an apron and with your canvas and your brushes and get you relaxed. A session usually lasts about 2 or 2.5 hours. And when you leave, you'll be going away with your finished masterpiece. Let me show you an example.
That's amazing.
Can you see this okay?
So that was like a Van Gogh or a Rembrandt, or what is that?
Yeah. So you take a look at this. It'll be a nice painting for your wall for the spring. You probably look at that and say, "There's no way I can do that." But our artists are.
I couldn't. I
You could do this. You can do this. We specialize in people like you, Jeff and Ben.
Well, on that note, that's very good. I like that. All right. Well, Gary, thanks for joining us. We'll talk more. I want you to think about, when we bring you back, think about what you like to do here in Lancaster, how you give back to the community through the business, and we'll talk with you a little bit more. Hey, real quick, got it in front of me. We really like our customers to be knowledgeable, right? Just as Gary helps people really make high quality looking paintings. I mean, I don't know, man, I'd buy that painting for my house, it looked very good, but just as Gary helps you become an expert painter, we help you become an expert sleeper. And Sleep Better, our book right here that we authored, is really what's kind of bringing you this episode. You can get Sleep Better right from our website, or you can go direct gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better. We'll send you a copy of this book. And there's a lot of tips in there. Again, it's not so much about mattresses, just like Lancaster Connects is not about mattresses. Sleep Better is about you. It's truly about you being able to wake up happy, wake up pain-free. And we give you a lot of really great sleep tips to do just that. And we've had many of our customers get the book, read it, and say, we're going to maybe just try a pillow for right now because the tips have been so helpful. And, that's great. That's what we're here to do, to help people, wake up and feel better. So you can grab a copy of Sleep Better. And, listen, if you need a little more in the mattress buying journey, right here where we're coming from the Dream Room, this is truly kind of what put us on the map as Lancaster's premier mattress store, and where you can have a great buying experience. We built this room to help you try before you buy, right? You put on shoes, you put on clothing you might buy.
drive a car.
Drive a car, exactly. And we really want our customers to make sure that what they're experiencing, what they're feeling is the right fit. So you can book an appointment in the Dream Room here with us, and just reach out. We'll walk you through that process. It's very simple. But we find the right fit, or what we feel is the right fit for you. We move it here into the Dream Room. You get to try it out with fresh linens, sheets, pillows, all that good stuff.
Can I bring my PJs?
If you want to bring your PJs, bring your PJs. Yeah, absolutely. We even have a little teddy bear for you if
There
you
he
want. Yeah. So we even let you get cozy. And we just like to say, don't do anything in here you don't want mom to see, and then everybody's fine. But that's the Dream Room. So you can certainly reach out and And,
Oh yeah, there are no cameras in the dream room. There's a camera here now.
yeah, we take
But
that out completely. Yeah.
There are no cameras.
Yeah, we're not in that business. So at any rate, Ben, before we get on to our last guest, Kendra will bring you on here next. We always kind of like to share a little testimonial about how we help. So Ben has that for us.
Yeah, we received a testimonial this week from Lucille Powell, one of our gardeners customers, and she got our book, got our informational, educational information materials, and wrote us a great testimonial. I'll just read it. One of the reasons I selected Gardeners is because I have family and friends that made purchases from your store and were highly satisfied. I also like the 120-day guarantee, as bedding is a major purchase, and even with all the great education the gardener staff provides, it is really hard to know if you made the right choice until you get it home and sleep on it. Dream Room helps with that, and our 120-night guarantee helps with that. I also like the fact that you've written materials that a customer can review about how to select a new mattress. I felt confident about your process because of these things. Combined with the personal references I received in your process, I felt comfortable I was in the right place. So thank you, Lucille, for writing that. We're blessed with some fantastic customers that say some wonderful things. And, our philosophy here is treat others how we hope to be treated ourselves. And, it's just kind of a testament to what we do at Gardeners and how we're connecting our customers with a great night's sleep.
That's right. And speaking of blessed, we're blessed to have Kendra Campbell as a partner in our business.
That transition.
That was a good
Aw.
transition, man. I hit that.
I'm
That was
blessed
a
to
good
be
hit
here.
after being looped out for 3 weeks with a severe infection. But just a little side note. Of course, in the time that we're in, you hear somebody's sidelined for 3 weeks. Everybody thinks COVID. No COVID. Negative test. Thank the Lord. Just a severe. I'm good once a year for. Ben knows this. We've been business partners for 10 years. I'm good once a year for a sinus infection, and boy, this one took the cake. So anyway, Kendra, welcome to the
Hi.
show.
Thank you.
Yeah. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you do with Natural Awakenings, and kind of how you came to be in the community with the book, with the magazine, and let everybody know about what it is you do.
Well, Natural Awakenings is about 8.5 years old here in Lancaster and Berks County. So we cover all of Lancaster County and also our sister county to the north, Berks County. And it really came about because myself and Jacqueline Mast, and also at the time that we started, there was a third person, Lois, who came together with the idea that we wanted to bring concepts of health and wellness to our community here. So Jacqueline had been in the healthcare profession. I myself also was in healthcare in a different angle. And we just saw a need for quality of life throughout our whole life. And so trying to think about different ways to bring that to our area, we came up with a blog or came up with a magazine and encountered Natural Awakenings, which was representative of everything that we wanted to cover. A little bit of sustainability, a little bit of health and wellness from a nutrition standpoint, from a fitness standpoint, and also caring for our spiritual selves and for the environment. So we learned that it was part of a network across the country and really felt strongly that our community here was ready for education and messages like this, and wanted to kind of create a safe space also to see more businesses and more practitioners that were interested in these kinds of concepts, to see that they would be supported, that this community was ready for it and would be supported. So that's when we took on the challenge of developing the magazine here in our area. It's been awesome. Where did the time go? I don't know.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, it's we've been advertising with you for I think at least 5 years.
4 or 5 years, yeah.
At least, maybe longer.
26.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the reality is, as you said, time flies. And, what I think is interesting about, when people use the words natural, holistic, healthy, sustainable, I think there's a preconceived notion in some people's minds about, a certain avatar that is created in their mind, right? Like the Birkenstocks hugging trees, And that's not what it's really about. I mean, for me, I'm a big guy. I'm a gregarious guy. I was, football player, wrestler type, But for me, when it comes down to it, right now, coming off this infection, I am utterly washed out from the antibiotics. And they were a necessary, they were necessary. I wasn't going to get over this really in any other way. But, trust me when I say it, the other 48 weeks out of the year, I'm going to be I'm just not into, the medicines. I'm not into, things that aren't necessarily natural. I'm a surprising kind of guy in that regard. While I drive a pickup truck, I firmly believe that what we do with our mattresses that we take out of people's homes, we only go to the landfill once or twice a year.
Everything is recycled.
Everything's recycled. And we've been doing that for 10 years, and, about every 10 days, week to 10 days, a 53-foot truck of used mattresses gets upcycled into it goes somewhere, it goes in a bucket somewhere. So I think what you're doing with Natural Awakenings is great, because it doesn't need to be, if you're looking to impact the community in an environmental way, there's ways to connect there, right? If you're looking to improve your health, there's a plethora of people you work with that can be connective to the health goals that somebody has. I think Natural Awakenings is just a really great part of the Lancaster community, because it like I said in the intro, right? You don't have to go to New York City to kind of connect to some of these things that you might think of. Is that, am I doing this justice? Feels like I'm rambling.
Yeah, no, you are. I think, people that have traveled certainly encounter things in California or in New York or wherever, and are surprised and pleased to see that, the Lancaster health community is really changing the landscape. And I always say that we like to hold it all. I think sometimes we need acute care, we need that conventional care, but we also need to kind of, take care of our bodies in a preventative way. So we need sort of the whole person care. And so our magazine really tries to be inclusive to that, and not just promote one way of living, but kind of a whole way of living. And by the way, that what you were talking about with your initiatives to take care of the environment in terms of mattress waste, that was just one of the many reasons why I came to you guys to buy a mattress, plus the natural options that you offer and that kind of thing. But you really do have a mindset for our environment and our community that resonates with our magazine, kind of how we care for the community as a whole in all of these different ways, both the individual persons, but also how we care for our land and our resources. So I really appreciate that about you. And I think that's why you resonate, and that's why it makes sense to have that advertising relationship. So thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, Kendra, what does a typical publication look like?
Oh gosh. Well, it's a monthly publication.
It's
inside of it. Like, what could you read about? What could you see? Or
yeah.
Well, it's a monthly publication. It's free. So you can pick it up anywhere from a practitioner's office to Wawa to some of the grocery stores in the area, or at Gardner's. And so each month there's a monthly theme. And so the articles that we provide are highly educational. They're researched articles. So it's cutting edge information on these various themes. But we also have departments. So we talk about your pets. You might see mine walking in here. I've forced my cat to go in the basement for this time period, but the dog is very peaceful and he might join us here for a moment. So we talk about pets, we talk about kids, we talk about Fit Body, there's recipes. You'll see a lot of local businesses and practitioners in our pages, but you'll see information that spans the country and even kind of with global issues as well. So it's hyper local. And it's also kind of global in its educational information. There's also a great calendar in the magazine that will let you know what's happening. Even though COVID's happening, the events and classes and workshops haven't stopped. They're offered online and some in person. So you can check that out in our magazine and in our digital issue. And we also have an online calendar as well. So there's lots of places and ways to connect with us.
It's great. It's great. Speaking of pets, so Simon, we're going to bring up our pet of the week here. I sent you some pictures. This is my foster. So once we get the photo up, I'll dig into that. But fostering animals for me has been something near and dear to my heart for a long, long time. It's honestly one. There's my boy Gizmo on the left. That's the dog that captured my heart. Getting to know Dee Dee the first day we brought her home. But Simon, if we can maybe put up just a still of Dee Dee, that'd be great.
There she is.
There she is. She's got a face that only a foster dad can love, or hopefully soon her new family. But so she's from Zoe's House Rescue. Zoe's House is a pretty large rescue that spans Lancaster, Berks, Chester counties, even further. There's always in our group, there's always people picking up pets, transporting dogs. Sadly here in Lancaster County, as great as Lancaster County is. And by the way, guests, I'm going to queue up our guests real quick here. Be ready to talk about what you love about Lancaster County, what you maybe have coming up in the upcoming weeks that you're doing that's fun, and we can share and kind of highlight some things that's unique of what you might be doing so that others listening can maybe connect in and do what you're going to do. But anyway, back to Dee Dee. So she's about a 9-year-old. There she is. She's about a 9 to 10-year-old English Bulldog. Got a really big underbite, as you can see. She's just a sweetheart. If you're looking for a low-key dog that, if you're just in the mood to kind of cuddle on the couch, she'll do that with you. I think actually we have a picture of that.
Are you trying to sell me a dog?
Yeah, maybe. So she's low key in that regard. Or, if you want to go out for walks, she'll go out for just about as many walks as you want to take. Obviously, she's a little older. So, she's not going to go for 4 1-hour walks in a day. But there she is. She's just a sweetheart. And, as it goes with any charity, the Wagner family just gives a ton of their time to Make-A-Wish. Animal rescues. We had Off the Streets helping people with homelessness. Folks, you can donate time. And I would venture a guess that, listen, every charity is going to like money, right? Mm-hmm. Listen, money is helpful in many, many regards in life. But when it comes to charities, your time is just as valuable. So if it's just not in your budget to donate, but you find yourself on Saturdays routinely hanging around the house, or a Tuesday afternoon on your day off, and you're looking for something to do, find a charity that connects with you, whether that's animal rescue, whether that's Off the Streets, whether it's Make-A-Wish, it doesn't matter. I guarantee you these charities would love to have your time. I'm positive there's a fit, okay? Even in animal rescue, even with Zoe's House, if you can't donate your home as a foster, which is work, okay? It's work, especially if you have other pets, especially if you have a busy schedule. But if you can drive and pick up the dogs that they pull out of mills, if you can get dogs that are in other people's homes and they're having a hard time getting to the specialized appointments, that's a way. So I share that with you granularly about Zoe's House because that's just one way how a charity works that you might not have thought of. And I guarantee you, if there's something you're connected to, I guarantee you there's a fit. So I would just urge everybody listening and watching. That's how you give back. That's how you make our community become better and grow and thrive. So with that said, panel, let's get the panel up on the screen if we can, and just kind of go through, what you like to do in your free time. What are your favorite outdoor activities in the area? Marsha, you want to kick it off?
Well, our kids are in sports. My niece runs and loves to watch her in races and lacrosse games. Lanca sports are kind of there a lot. Just a lot of family time outside too. And we have once a month, my brother and his family come down and we have like a pool game day every, once a month on Saturday. We did a chop competition that had judges and everything. family time and pretty much anything.
Great, great. Gary, what do you like to do?
Well, most of my spare time is spent spending time with my grandchildren and spoiling them. And if I'm not doing that, perhaps my wife and I will take a day trip.
Where do you like to go?
We like to stay in central Pennsylvania. We like to go to places like Jim Thorpe and small towns that you can walk around in and visit for a day.
Yeah, very cool. Have you ever done the train ride up to Jim Thorpe?
Yes. Yeah.
I've heard
And we
that's very
visit the
neat.
prison.
Where did you where did you originate on your train ride?
Where am I personally from?
No. When you took the train to Jim Thorpe, where did you originate? Like, where did you start the train ride at?
Oh no, we got the train ride in Jim Thorpe, I believe. I remember seeing
Oh,
it go
okay.
through.
Yep. Gotcha. Yeah, I know there's a place in Reading that you can start. I wasn't sure if that was it or if there was another
Right.
connection that you made, but no, a very cool place. You know, it's interesting where we live here. I mean, we just booked a family campsite in Lenhartsville, which is not Lancaster, but north of Lancaster and Berks. And there's two inlets to the Appalachian Trail. The other back end of the campground goes up to state game land. So it's pretty interesting where we live to catch things like that. Kendra, what do you like to do on the when you have time after publishing your great community magazine?
I love to get outside. And I feel like this area is just gorgeous, full of parks and, with trails, walking trails, places to hike. And the wildflowers will soon be in bloom. And, I just love taking my dog on hiking trails. So, or wherever. I mean,
What's your
we're
dog's name?
like, which hiking trails? Sorry, I
Well,
can't hear you,
what's your
Jeff.
dog's name, by the way?
Oh, there he
Oh, there he
is.
is.
On
Perfect.
cue. On cue. That's Shane.
On
He's a
cue.
Border Collie Australian Shepherd mix, and he's turning 11,
Nice.
and he's just awesome. He's great. So we like to go to County Park, Lancaster County Park. We like to go down in the southern parks in Lancaster County. And we like to take them other places too, to the beach. Lancaster County is just situated in such a great place on the map. We're close to, forests. We're close to the beach. We're close to cities. If you want to go there, I just love where we live. So all of those things are things that I like to do. And I like to dine at, some of our great restaurants that we have here in Lancaster County. So we've been doing a little bit more takeout here in the last few months. But what I love about Lancaster County is just how all of that has just, I don't know, it kind of burst open, all the takeout opportunities and the way people supported the small restaurants. So that's what I like to do, eat and walk it off.
There you go. It's a good plan, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you need to fill the belly because we have to eat, and then if you do a little
Yes.
too much, you go fix it. So that's
Right.
good. That's
Yeah,
good.
I was thinking about the parks and getting outdoors and doing stuff outdoors. As challenging as COVID shutdown was for a lot of people and businesses and whatnot. One of the only things that you could do was go outside and go to a park and hike, bike, whatever. And my family did a lot of that during shutdown, and it was great to see. Normally go to a park and you might see 3, 4, 5 people, but there were tens and 20, 30 people
Yes.
at parks, parked, walking, hiking. So it was great that people were rediscovering parks and getting outside and doing recreation things. So
Yeah. I really hope that kind of thing continues. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of COVID.
it's crazy.
And not that we need to make this show about that, but when you talk about rediscovery, there was kind of that. It's funny to say this, but I'm going to say it. There was kind of that sweet spot there. I think the end of March of last year into April, where you had families, your partner, whoever was in your home, you kind of rediscovered family meals together. At least we certainly did in our family, and my friends and family that I talked to did the same. So that was kind of neat. I mean, you know, Kendra, you touched on the resilience of the Lancaster community. Adversity teaches us a lot, and we can choose as a group of people to let it take us down or help us rise above. I'm going to nail the other transition.
Do it. Go
Mark,
for it.
So on that note, so as we wrap up, because we're going to wrap up here in the next 5 minutes, Gary, I want you to think about some charities that you like to connect with that you can maybe share. Use this opportunity to give them some highlight. Kendra, the same. But Marsha, obviously Make-A-Wish is big for the Wagner family. Talk a little bit more about specifically Little Hands, because I'm not sure that I'm 100% clear on what you do there and what the connection is. So why don't you fill everybody in there?
Little Hands Big Plans is our nonprofit that we formed to raise money for Make-A-Wish. Our families purchased a cotton candy snow cone trailer that we worked at Buck Tractor Pool and the Lanca Fair to sell, and all the money goes to Make-A-Wish. We organize 2 motorcycle rides a year and other little things. We take the trailer and sell egg sandwiches and hot dogs at craft shows. And just anything we can kind of think of the family creatively to just get out in the community and promote Make-A-Wish, but also to raise the money for them. But it's a name we just came up with to, we have Little Hands meaning the children and stuff, and it's just the plans of trying to, you know, make their lives better, but doing a little that we can.
That's great. That's great.
Snow cone made me think of summer.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. So we'll get, you know, your contact information into the show here. People will be able to connect with you. But what website do you have a website they could go to? So this way people aren't watching, because we'll get the titles put in after we produce the show. But you know, if you're listening to this show, where could people go?
We do not have a website. I'm very not technically challenged, and I have 3 children, and I work outside the home, and I do a lot of the stuff by myself. I mean, my family helps with the events and stuff, but so I don't have a website. We are on Facebook at Little Hands Big Plans, and I have my phone number all over the place and on the website, and also my email.
All right, so that's facebook.com /Little Hands Big Plans. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
So facebook.com /Little Hands Big Plans. I mean, listen, I can tell you from personally, I've spoken with Marsha's sister Tanya quite a bit over the years. Got to know them well through Make-A-Wish. This is just an incredible family that is doing wonderful work in our community, and that's why you're on the show. So thank you for asking. I've talked with this about Ben. So we believe in giving back to the community, both in our voice, amplification, these kinds of opportunities for other charities. But when it comes down to it, dollars and cents, we commit a certain amount of money each month. And what we've pretty much landed on, I think, again, remember there was a whole bunch between episode 1 and 2 that transpired. But I think each episode we're going to commit to $125 to each charity guest that comes on. So I know it's not a lot, but we're going to do that every single week. And at the end of the year, that does amount to a nice chunk of money back into the community. So Marsha, we'll be getting that to Little Hands for sure to help with what you do there for Make-A-Wish. We just can't thank you enough for all the work that you do.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Gary, so how does Painting with a Twist like to give back? Where does that connection happen for you?
Yes. Well, we love to do fundraisers for local charities and organizations. It's a lot easier than selling hoagies or subs. All you got to do is throw a party and you get $10 a seat. And so lots of organizations like parent-teacher organizations, the Pet Pantry, a lot of Relay for Life teams, you name it. If you need to raise money and you don't want to sell products, just throw a party and bring in income for your group.
That's great. How big of a party can you host?
We can hold up to about 42 to 50 people.
Oh,
Now, at the moment with the COVID, we're under a 50% restriction. And so our largest parties at the moment are around 25. But we're hoping that'll soon be lifted and we'll be back to normal.
that's awesome.
Well, that's great. I mean, I've worked with a number of things and with my kids over the years, Cub Scouts, PTA, PTO organizations.
Right.
For $10 a head, or a unit, if you will, that's a very nice number. So thanks for giving back that way. I'm sure everybody that comes through appreciates it. Gary, if people want to get a hold of Painting with a Twist, how do they do that? Where would they go?
Sure. They can just go to our website, which is paintingwithatwist.com/Lancaster. Make sure it doesn't say Miami or Pittsburgh. And they'll be able to see our email, our phone number, and our daily calendar.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, Gary, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Bringing a fun experience. Yeah, thanks for bringing a fun experience into Lancaster. Get those creative juices flowing, kind of shake the dust off from the last year. That's great. Kendra, how about you? I'm sure you have no shortage of things you like to participate in, given your position in the community, all the people that come across your desk. But where do you like to spend your time there?
I have a long list, but one of the things that I have been really a fan of for years, and I think it's especially great to mention right now with the businesses that are being challenged in the last year, is assets. So assets is just a wonderful support and an asset to our community, helping entrepreneurs realize their dreams to start their own businesses. And they're especially wanting to educate and support and affirm the efforts of Black, Indigenous, and persons of color and women. And so that's very important to me as well. And, the more businesses we can see evolve, the chances are good that they'll be in our pages. And so we get to spread the word about them that way. So that's one of the organizations that we sponsor. And then we sponsor a couple of organizations that are concerned about the environment. So we were talking about, my love of hiking and nature and thinking about birds and bees and butterflies and water. So Lancaster Conservancy and Burke's Nature come up periodically as opportunities that we can sponsor some of their message. Couple of others that are important. I was a former employee of hospice and community care, and that will always be near and dear to my heart. So I especially enjoy promoting their bereavement programs in our calendars and some of the other programs that they offer throughout the year. And then there's just no end to other things that we really want to put the message out to the community. I think, trauma healing and grief support and mental health care are very important to us. So, I could take up too much time, but I'm just really grateful for all of the ways that our community cares for each other. And so really there's no end to opportunities to volunteer or support or give or join forces in terms of nonprofits caring for the community.
Yeah. Well, and that's the great thing about our community. And it's also kind of like, it's like a rough thing about our community. There's a lot of great organizations helping out people. And then there's also no shortage of great organizations to help, right? So the need is great, but the easiest thing you can do listening to this is just start, right? Like, you look at the Wagner family, they started, I think if I understood it, 15 years ago, and now they're nearing $100,000 in revenue. And again, I hope I got the message across. It doesn't have to be money. It can be time. It can be your voice. It can be your abilities. You know, that's what this show is about. It was what I saw when the opportunity presented itself to kind of create a connection, a portal, a place where we can amplify great businesses, great people, great local heroes in the Lancaster community. So that, I think, is going to be a wrap on
great show.
episode 2. Marsha, thank you for joining us. Say hello to everybody, please. In the Wagner family, you guys are just a great asset to our community, and I'm sure you just think of it as what you're called to do, but we really appreciate it. Gary, thanks for joining us. Kendra, I'm sorry, how do people get a hold of you? I forgot one last. How do people get a hold
the
of you?
website is
Natural Awakenings.
nalancaster.com. Because we also serve Berks County, you can reach us at naberks.com. It's one and the same website. So and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram as well.
Wonderful. Well, everybody, listen, thank you for working with us on the back end of the show to get started. Thanks for hanging out for a few more minutes longer than we might have anticipated, but I think you contributed to a great show. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Lancaster Connects. Take care, everybody.
Get super cereal.